So hello, it's Coach Lewis today, and this is week 3. And the book we have today is called Playtime Ball Sports. So I'm going to read a book to you, and then we're going to learn some new things today. So it's called Playtime Ball Sports with Coach Lewis. So there are lots of ball games that you can play at school. Here are 3 games for you to try. There are down ball, wall pat, and toe touchy catchy. Anyone can play these games. Down ball. To play down ball, you need 2 squares and a ball. The squares can be marked with the chalk on the ground. Ask a friend to stand in one square, and you can stand in the other square. When you are ready, bounce the ball into your friend's square. You must try and tap the ball back into your square as quickly as you can. You both need to be careful that you only let the ball bounce once. Down ball is like a game of catch, but you don't just catch the ball, you tap it. And if you miss the ball, you have to start again. And sometimes you can play with 4 friends and 4 squares. So here, I'm going to show you some pictures. That's with the 2 squares. 2 squares there and 4 squares there. Now, the second game is called Wall Pat. Wall Pat is lots of fun. You only need a wall and a ball. Here is how to play. Stand a little bit away from a wall. Pat the ball down with your hand once so it bounces and it hits the ball. Do it again. Okay. Here is the second game. The second game is called Wall Pat. Wall Pat is lots of fun. You only need a wall and a ball. Here is how to play. Stand a little bit away from a wall. Pat the ball down with your hand once so it bounces and then hits the wall. As the ball bounces back, catch it or just pat it again. Now I'm going to show you how wall pat is played. Just here. So you pat the ball with your hands. It's got to bounce on the floor, hit the wall, and then come back and you try and hit again. And you do that with a tennis ball. So here we have our last game. It's called Toe Touch Catchy. And this game uses a basketball. You can play toe touch catchy anywhere at school. All you need is a friend and a ball. To play toe touch catchy, you need to stand near your friend so that your toes touch. These little things here. The first thing you do is throw the ball to your friend. You should be good at doing this when you are near your friend. But when you get far away, it will be tricky to do. Ooh. Every time you catch the ball, take 1 step backwards and throw the ball again. Do this every time you catch the ball. Don't drop the ball. If you drop it, you must go back and start again where your and your friend's toes are touching. Try it. It's a fun game. So here is some of the pictures from Toe Touch Catchy. So first, you stand with your toes touching your friend, and then you throw the ball to your friend and you catch it. But as you get better at it, as I know you will, you stand further back and take 1 step back each time, and you throw the ball and catch it, and you keep moving back further and further unless you drop it, and then you start all over again. So that's how you play toe catchy. But a question, what games do you play at school? What ball games do you play at school? Some of you might like football, maybe tennis, maybe rugby, or even basketball. But there's many games you can play with ball. So that is Playtime Ball Sports. If you ever need any help, you can come to me. I can give you some ball games you can play. So I'm going to show you. We have a basketball. We can use this to practice catching. A little tip I use when catching is generally have your hands like W shape. Makes it so much easier to catch. Or your hands can be cut if you're using a smaller ball. With basketball, there's many ways you can move the ball. Just like this. So you can practice doing this. Or throwing, catching. It's very important when catching, you have your eye on the ball, or eyes on the ball. So always eyes on the ball, and catch. Get a nice grip, and I can always say, W hands always works best. With a smaller ball, we call this a tennis ball, which you can play some of the games in the book with. When you're throwing the ball, throw it with one hand, and when you catch, use two hands nice and cut. So you might use your strongest hand. My strongest hand is my right hand. So I throw it in the air, eyes on the ball, and I catch it. So in the air, eyes on the ball, and always have your hands nice and cut, concentrating as well on that ball all times. And when you throw it with one hand if it's a tennis ball, and catch just like that. So this is a tennis ball you can use. This is a basketball you can use for the 3 games we learned about today. So give that a go if you get a chance when you're home, and let me know how it goes, and let your teacher know how it goes. Peace. So today, before you go, we've just gone through the book, and we've learned about some ball stuff we can do. We're also going to work on some balancing. So there's 3 balances I want you to try. 1 is going to stand in on 1 foot, just like this. And I want to see if you can go for over 10 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you do that? And if you can do it with 1 foot, try the other foot. It's going to balance. Kick one leg off the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 seconds balancing on either foot. And you can try and do that. Let's give it 3 goes, okay? That's the first balance. So for the second balance, you've got a challenge. For the second balance, can you touch your toes and be on one leg? It's a little challenge. It is quite hard. It's got to focus. And I want you to try that with both legs. Ooh, it's going to be hard. Try it for 5 seconds and try and do that 3 times. So we're going to balance, go down on one leg, push your hips back, and try and touch them toes. It is very, very hard. So 5 seconds each leg, and give it a go 3 times. So we've done the first 2 balances. We did number 1, balancing on 1 foot. And the other one was balancing and touching your toes. And our last one, we're going to balance on your bum or your glutes. So we're going to practice first. We go all the way down first, and then come up and hold it. We're going to try and hold it if we can for at least 10 seconds. Let's say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's kind of called a V. We're going to hold yourself in that position for 10 seconds and repeat that 3 times. You may feel it in your abdominal area, your stomach, or we call it abs. It makes the area very, very strong. So 3 exercises, we're all going to give different ones, different time, but we're going to give it a go. So the first exercise was one leg, balancing on both legs. And then the next one was balancing and touching your toes on both legs as well. And lastly, we sat on our glutes or our bum, get a nice little balance and holding that position. You're going to try these exercises 3 times each and just give it a go. If you want any questions about any ball skills, stuff you can learn, ask your teacher, or you can ask me, send an email in. I will see you next week for Coach Lewis lesson number 4. Hope you enjoyed the reading, hope you enjoyed the books, and I hope you enjoyed the little lesson. Take care, I'll see you next week, and have a great week and great weekend.